I mean, yeah, the whole, it'll be interesting to see him on Daily Wire. But, you know, Fair and Balanced is right. That Eliza Blue situation is really interesting. I didn't have any idea who this chick was.
I still don't.
Like a week ago. So she's a sex traffic survivor advocate.
Okay.
Kind of person. And she's been like the topic of controversy because I know guys like Zero Dark Tony on Twitter and Mersh from Revenge of the Cis have been calling this woman out and saying she's a phony. Her story doesn't add up. She's full of shit. She was a sex worker who did it consensually. And then she decided to grift on the human trafficking thing after she left the sex work industry and all this. And now she's kind of piggybacking on that. But that's like saying someone's faking their cancer, so people don't feel comfortable saying that.
I will.
So they would kind of attack Mersh for it. They would attack Zero Dark Tony for saying that. Well, then this weekend, it all came to a head, and this Eliza Blue character, I guess...
Blue bald.
Brittany Venti, the conservative YouTuber activist lady.
All right, now I remember hearing something about this.
Brittany Venti tweeted out a picture, a screenshot of Eliza Blue from a music video she did with World Star Hip Hop, where she's slow motion twerking and she's got her tits out, she's grinding on the floor and all this other shit. And I think Brittany Venti used it as like, hey, you're against sex trafficking and you think women should be treated with respect and this and that. And like, what's this shit?
What's this about?
And she was like, this is during the time you claimed you were being sex trafficked. What's this all about? And she got Brittany Venti's Twitter taken down for posting that. It was a screenshot from a video.
Yeah, nothing about it was fake or inaccurate.
Right.
So.
No, and again, none of it was like private. It was, again, a public video, the whole deal. So then she gets Brittany Venti's Twitter taken down just so she can avoid looking embarrassed. Well, then the people who were standing up for her against the Mershes and the Zero Dark Tonys and all this other stuff, Frank Pellegrino, Chrissy Mayer, and others, said, wait a minute, we like you, but we like Brittany Venti too, and what she did
wasn't wrong.
Wasn't wrong. It just looked, you know, it's like that scene in Liar Liar. I object, grounds, because it's devastating to my case. So this was devastating to her case, so she wanted it taken down. And then people started started turning on her, and you know, Mersh starts to do a victory lap, and Zero Dark Tony does a victory lap. And I thought Chrissy and Frank did a really admirable thing. They admitted they were wrong and said, hey, sorry about fighting you guys on this. This woman's a piece of shit. She's manipulative. She's all this other stuff. So she's kind of in a spiral right now.
Uh-oh.
And then people have started, and I've started to look into her as well now, because I had no idea who this broad was a couple of weeks ago.
I think I'm going to do a Google search when I get home.
So I looked into her, and yeah, there's no clear evidence that she was ever like sex trafficked against her will. Like her story doesn't really add up. And whenever she's kind of confronted or she talks about it, she kind of does one of those how dare you things. And like, I'm above questioning and I'm beyond reproach. And then you look at like the timeline of when she was doing podcasts and advocacy work. Some of it lines up with the time she claims she was being sexually trafficked. It's kind of one of these people who doesn't keep their story straight, so it creates red flags.
I don't know. For me, from the outside looking in, just from what I've heard from you, because you wouldn't lie to me, it's just like, I feel like, I don't know, she kind of was being a whore and then got a podcast career happening at the same time and thought, you know what I'll do? I'll claim I'm a victim and just shoot this thing up a notch.
Yeah, I don't. Now other people are looking into it and they're going, I don't think this chick's for real. I mean, and then she's doing that stuff to Brittany Venti, and I guess she got the Quartering taken down as well. Jeremy from the Quartering, who I'm not a fan of. I think he's fucking bottom of the barrel, but whatever. It's just like when people start asking you questions about the thing you're advocating about and you respond by trying to torch them and get them taken down, it doesn't give me a whole...
I don't believe you now.
Yeah, I don't have a lot of confidence in the story you're telling me. Yeah, I was neutral on Quartering until he started polishing Crowder's knob. Yeah, you can tell that guy's got some kind of business dealings with old Steven Crowder. That's for sure. But yeah, that Eliza Blue thing is really interesting because like it was something I got dragged into a couple weeks ago because that Zero Dark Tony guy and Mersh were doing it. And one of them, I think it was Zero Dark Tony, tagged me. And they're like, what do you think about your boy Frank and Chrissy getting this person's back when they're obviously a piece of shit? And this, I'm like, I don't know who this woman is. Like, I have no idea who this Eliza Blue is. I didn't look into it, but I didn't take sides. I was like, hey, guys, I don't know who she is, but leave me out of it. You know, whatever. I'll look into it some other day. And then this stuff happened this weekend, and I'm like, holy shit, I'm glad I didn't have a knee-jerk reaction to any of this. Because she is about a piece of shit.
You took everything from me. I have no idea who you are.
Yeah. Fair and Balanced says, yeah, I've known Tony for almost a decade. He's been doing some digging. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the ROTC boys are having a hell of a week when it comes to being vindicated on a lot of the stuff they've been talking about for years. They've been on Crowder from way back. Actually, that's the show I started watching. And their coverage of him 5 years ago
kind of woke you up.
Made me kind of go, hey, Crowder is. I've never been a huge Crowder guy, but I was like, he's definitely full of shit. And then the Eliza Blue shit now is really interesting.
Dabba-dee, dabba-die.
Dabba-dee, dabba-die. I've got it. Eliza Blue and Blueface.
Ha!
Get together. She can do music videos for you.
There you go.
Now, there is also a part of this, Johnny, where you have to trust your instincts. And my instincts on white women with multicolored hair and short hair have always been
like I was going to say, I have to see her to judge.
Yeah. Does she have a Twitter? I thought she did. Did she get off of Twitter? Oh, no, there she is. Okay, so this...
oh, no.
Yeah, this is her.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No, I'm saying she wasn't sexually trafficked. I'm saying that's just a crazy person.
It's short pink hair, and to me, that screams some things. That's all. Let's Google images this. Here we go. Yeah. Been on with Mike Matt. Okay, look. Trust your instincts. Trust your instincts. This face says, I'm about to make this all about me.
Yeah.
There's her again. She's giving me, you know what? She's giving off a lot of, who's the chick that plays Captain Marvel? She's giving me those vibes.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Brie Larson.
There you go, yep.
Yeah.
Look, all I know is I think, since the Eminem show, Shady just hasn't been the same.
I mean, really, he's emaciated. He needs to lose some weight.
It's time to let it go, homie. All you do is read the dictionary and stay inside.
What's crazy is there's no reason. Like, you can advocate against sex trafficking. You don't need to make up a story about yourself. Again, unless you're desperate for attention and you need to make it all about you. You can be passionate about helping sex trafficking survivors and have no actual connection to sex trafficking whatsoever. In fact, that's almost like more honorable that you're giving up your time to fight this thing that hasn't directly impacted you.
Plus, I mean, you could easily be like, look, I wasn't sexually trafficked. I was just in the sex business and it was bad enough on my end. I could only imagine how much work. You don't need to make yourself, well, I suppose you do.
Farron with $5 says Eliza, whatever, is speaking at a sex trafficking event tomorrow in Cedar Rapids. People saying they want to go and heckle her for truth. You're never going to get truth out of somebody like that, though.
If just a bunch of people confront her publicly, she'll just admit everything.
Yeah, I mean, they're just going to deflect and attack and play victim and all that. So I wouldn't hold your breath.
Hey, Lisa, just curious. I know you're not in the game anymore, but how much to make it happen? What are we looking at here?
All right, guys.